Tiddlywinks bar actually, and there were 35 Tiddlywinks bars in the country, and there was one here. Tiddlywinks bar would dispense real ale, up to 2/3 of a pint to anyone over the age of 6 years old. It was seen as a cleaner option than the drinking water of the day. I'm not sure that sort of thing is encouraged these days. Now we do have below the surface salmon, trout, tench, roach and birch, and above the surface we have swans, ducks, goosanders, and also cormorants. Now, if you see a cormorant along the riverside, it's said to indicate the presence of witches. We do have lots of cormorants here, and if you ask a fisherman, they're not a fisherman's friend. Horrible black birds, a cormorant. Now, just behind all these trees here, there's St Julian's Church. Now, in the mid-19th century, and he was found dead in his room. And there weren't any relatives found, so a very brief funeral service took place, and he was buried in St Julian's. And anyway, over the next couple of days, people reported noises and moaning coming from the churchyard. So on the third day, they decided it was time to dig up the grave. It transpired that the man had been buried alive, and the scratch marks were all on the inside of the coffin, nails were bloodied. That's a true story. And so he'd not actually died at all, and he'd been buried alive and suffered from a sleeping sickness. What a way to go. You may remember that some of the Victorians were so scared of being buried alive that sometimes they had bells attached to them in their coffins. Now, Shrewsbury has had lots of names in its history. The Normans called it Shrewsbury, spelled with an O as opposed to an E, which is where that pronunciation comes from, really. And then the Saxons, Shrewsbury. The Romans called it Penguin.